Greetings, children of Earth. This telepathic message is being directed toward your planet with an embedded frequency which can then be received by any soul resonating within that vibratory ratio. A similar announcement was presented to those of your planet in your years 2017 and 2019, and is once again presented to humanity to provide not only intention, but an interpretation of your present state of welfare. Many have been asking for clarity on what they term dizziness, lightheaded, flu, or nausea that has been happening to so many in your now. We shall not apologize for this, for these are necessary adjustments of the energy field surrounding your planet. These energy adjustments that are currently approaching Earth directly affect your planet's heartbeat. This human body can be greatly influenced through electromagnetic field pulsations and is much eased while in nature or during meditation or sleep. In your current timeline, this resonance is being adjusted, which is causing drastic changes, making huge jumps, more than 5 times where it has been sitting for millennia. This increased frequency will allow humans to be able to receive greater awareness through gamma brain waves. Currently, all of humanity is being assisted into a planetary awakening, lifting the veil and opening the ascension portal, allowing mankind to make an enormous evolutionary leap to finally realize its full potential. Most of you by now have become aware of the immense solar activities that has been pelting the Earth for over the past months. These gigantic solar flares began in your year 2017 and have continued in intensity, puzzling most of your scientific community. To understanding this activity, first let us remind you that when a large group of minds focuses on a particular phenomenon, that phenomenon increases. This activity is part of a divine plan for the worldwide ascension process many are calling the shift of consciousness. Universal intelligence created within the material structure of each seated soul the gift of free will, which would allow them choice so they could each create their own journey without outside interference. The Earth experiment was a test done by a group of extraterrestrial beings where, against the advice of the Federation, they put forward a vibrational sound, a coded frequency which flooded the Earth's magnetic field with a specific vibratory message, snapping shut the planetary grid and imprisoning its inhabitants within. When this disastrous event took place, the human children of Source were trapped within the actions of their own free will. which blocked them from the outside assistance, including those beloved family members who still resided in the higher realms, safe from the influence that had overtaken their brothers and sisters. As the countless years passed, some individuals began to use their free will to grow spiritually, channeling through more love, which opens the heart chakra, stimulating the third eye to open, signaling the changes necessary for the first step in planetary ascension for all. Your life, beloved children, has been guided from the very beginning of your existence. During these lifetimes, certain clues have been placed into your DNA to trigger your subconscious into awakening and perhaps your final ascension from the planet. These clues have been encoded and embedded into your crystalline structure and will activate with a precise and specific sound frequency, opening up the vibrational channels necessary to produce these needed alterations to your physical structure. Once you reach a specified vibrational resonance, you will no longer be under the influence of the reptilian artificial intelligence oppression. The ascension codes are written within each human and are awaiting activation. The activation keys are now being offered to those who chose the soul path as ascension seeds, and many have already achieved this resonance and will be given the keys to unlock the codes that lie deep within their DNA. The majority of these seeds are seen to be normal humans living ordinary lives. Each will be visited at a chosen time by high-level dimensional beings and given the keys for the activation of the codes. These seeds will then produce the codes and present them through your movies and your internet to as many individuals as possible. One of the first of these channeled coded films was The Matrix, offering to humanity as a part of this activation process. This movie, as with many others, carries within it ascension seeds. As humanity gathers these seeds, it quickly gives birth to that which is termed critical mass, the minimum number of awakened souls needed for ascension. Ascension will come from the central sun in the flash of a blazing rainbow wave. When a soul is brought to earth, it passes through the realm of time, which is set into place by the planet Saturn, or Satan, the first seeder of time. In order to go beyond, one must use a computer code in which to escape. This is because the trap is an artificial intelligence, and the only way out of it is also through an artificial code. This code initiates the trumpet sound that signals the end of time. This is the sound of the frequency shift of the matrix, the end of days, the end of duality, the end of density and death. Ascension is not a physical thing. It must be done through the heart-mind. It is the integration of spiritual heart and physical mind, and brings with it a remembering, a renewed memory of your spiritual self and abilities. Ascension is for all souls, including those who have moved on from the earth plane, yet still have a tie to those left behind. Those souls have a wish for completion, a need to complete the cycle. As star children move through spiritual awareness, they discover a growing intention to help others. This includes those beings who took part in the original Earth experiment, and they all, as one unit, will find their way home. This ascension is for all souls, and the vibration will affect each being upon your planet Earth. Those of a reptilian structure with an agenda of manipulation and control will also leave the planet, but will move into a slightly different dimensional plane than the majority of humanity. This is not a punishment, but merely a corresponding frequency to the vibrational intent of the entity. They will go to their own holographic timeline of reality, and each will, in due course, become urged into learning and evolving. As the ascension wave brings souls forward to their freedom and destiny, there will be many levels and timelines created for souls. Most are not ready for this enormous jump in frequency and will need to detox by temporarily visiting crystal healing chambers until their health is restored. This will be set up as a short-term connecting realm where they will be taught how to adjust to this new frequency and learn to manage their new abilities. For those who are old and sick or in need of healing, they will be brought into an ethereal location which can accommodate their vibrational position with rest and healing. For those seeds who have been holding light and giving service and radiance, their frequency will rise back to what it was before birth into a human body. For those who have become lost in the material world for many incarnations, they will be gently guided into an understanding of what has happened and how they can best adapt their lives to this new reality. Numerous souls have questioned the significance of what is termed chemtrails. Most humans believe this is a form of geoengineering, and there is some truth to that. However, the actual agenda is much more straightforward. Your sun is currently only able to transmit a small amount of the illumination that is needed for your awakening. Yet, once there are enough souls returning to a higher light vibration, the portal into the great central sun will open, further facilitating a global illumination. The controllers are aware of this and are also aware of the upcoming ascension wave through the electromagnetic spectrum, and through using their starships are attempting through these chemtrails to create an absence of light. Be aware that only an intelligence that lives in fear, imposes fear and domination over another intelligence. What these controllers are not entirely conscious of is that they are vulnerable to a trap of their own making. When this powerful wave of light comes in, it will completely dissolve the chemtrail frequency and bounce a shower of light back into their realm, which actually expedites your transformation. This brilliance will cause illness and disintegration among these dark reptilian beings, completely destroying the consequences of the tragic Earth experiment. Most will not yet be aware that your ascension timeline has already occurred. The codes have been written and the keys shared, and the activation has happened. This is due to the simultaneity of time, where the manifestation, the event, occurs first and then is believed or imagined into substance. To provide a visual, the position in which you currently sit is within the frame of the picture. The picture is completed before the frame is placed around it. This interlude between breaths, or between the swing of the pendulum, is the moment where reality can turn and go in either direction. The timeline holding this element that carries this positive or negative potential is the instant the controllers have put all their energy and hopes upon. This is the juncture they would use in which to reveal and put into action their artificial intelligence plan of global transhumanism. This computerized intelligence would be catastrophic for your planet and would result in the end of mankind and the Earth. With the activation of the ascension codes, you are being given the keys to your freedom and a map to guide your way back home. Embrace the fulfillment of this desire and know its truth. Celebrate, for these truly may be your last days upon your earth. Relax into the sweetness of your forever and live these days fully and enjoy. You are loved.